Yeah, actually, the major challenge which our farmers have is issue of diseases. You know, uh, in as much as we try to actually treat these diseases, they are what we call environmental factors which affects poultry, especially viruses. So on these challenges, we then equip them in terms of training them to have strict biosecurity. What is very important is to ensure that when you've got a poultry venture, you don't allow visitors to come to your fowls. You never allow visitors because most of the visitors they are coming from poultry sites. For example, some will be keeping ducks, some will be keeping game fowls, some will be also keeping geese, and these actually they come with certain diseases. So these are the major challenges which we are affecting our contractors and farmers. The issue of biosecurity. The first 2 weeks are very vital for the life of the chicks. Actually, these are what we call the critical stages. When you miss it at 2 weeks, actually it then determines the growth rate of the chick. So when you are brooding, make sure that you have adequate supply, make sure that the chicks have got adequate water, clean, fresh water, make sure that the chicks are properly fed and feed them with the right feed. Then the second factor is vaccination. Make sure that your chicks are properly vaccinated. Prevention is better than cure. It's cheaper to prevent than to cure. A vaccine is cheaper than an antibiotics. So ensure that you vaccinate your chicks. Then the third factor is ensure that you follow the proper feeding program. When you miss it at feeding, then you are probably able then to come up with an underweight chicken.
Thank you for checking out this video. Are you getting enough value from it? You see, this video was created for the purpose of adding value to you. So if this video make any sense to you, let me know in the comment section below. I'm interested in understanding what you take away from this video and if it makes sense to you, so we can provide more. Now let's return to the video.
And how do you identify potential farmers? You have to go on the ground to see what these farmers are doing. You have to also examine their books and also see their poultry operations so that you'll be able to also identify to see there's a return. Actually, even when it comes to loans, we are able also to pay back. So I would repeat that financing is the challenge. If you are financed, if you are given loans, we are able to do exceedingly more and also penetrate actually the global space.
Thank you for that. Tell me about the analysis of your marketing, because now you are marketing your poultry business. You are going to get a good return on investment on that. That is why you are in business. If there is no return on investment, it is difficult to remain in business. But how do you analyze that? Help me understand it.
Actually, it's the responses from the customer. Actually, I think that's the biggest too. Right now, even among the breeds, when you post the reviews which you get actually from the customers, from the followers, actually are able to tell me to say this breed is the one which the market actually likes. And also, we also analyze based on the sales which we make on daily. You can see among the 23 breeds, actually you have your top selling breeds. So these are one of the trends which we then use to analyze in terms of our market, to say our market wants more of the black antelope, our market wants more of the Bushveld and the Tyrian bull. These are the top breeds which are actually bought by our customers. So we then try to increase those breeds.
Now, have you ever talked to maybe some farmers that you are coaching, that you are happy to get started, and they will share with you some of their challenges? Of course, I did make mention of finance before, but finance is probably not the only thing that hold people back from starting their own poultry business. I don't know if you can share with me some of the challenges that they have, that they share with you, that maybe other people might have, that are holding them back.
Yeah, actually, the major challenge which our farmers have is issue of diseases. You know, in as much as we try to actually treat these diseases, they are what we call environmental factors which affects poultry, especially viruses. So on these challenges, we then equip them in terms of training them to have strict biosecurity. What is very important is to ensure that when you've got a poultry venture, you don't allow visitors to come to your fowls. You never allow visitors, because most of the visitors, they are coming from poultry sites. For example, some will be keeping ducks, some will be keeping game fowls, some will be also keeping geese, and these actually they come with the certain diseases. So these are the major challenges which we are affecting our contractors and farmers. The issue of biosecurity.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Now, we talked about poultry business. We talked about marketing specifically. Okay, now let's say poultry business in general. What do you think are the three main factors that a poultry farmer need to consider for them to be successful in their poultry business?
Okay. In terms of poultry, the three main things which you have to consider is one, what is important is when you take your chicks as day olds, you must strictly do proper brooding of chicks. The first 2 weeks are very vital for the life of the chicks. Actually, these are what we call the critical stages. When you miss it at 2 weeks, actually, it then determines the growth rate of the chick. So when you are brooding, make sure that you have adequate supply, make sure that the chicks have got adequate water, clean, fresh water. Make sure that the chicks are properly fed and feed them with the right feed. Then the second factor is vaccination. Make sure that your chicks are properly vaccinated. Prevention is better than cure. It's cheaper to prevent than to cure. A vaccine is cheaper than an antibiotics. So ensure that you vaccinate your chicks. Then the third factor is ensure that you follow the proper feeding program. When you miss it at feeding, then you are probably able then to come up with an underweight chicken. If you are advised by a consultant to feed your chicks, say 50 grams a day, make sure that you give them 50 grams a day. If you are feeding 30 grams a day, ensure that you feed them 30 grams a day, because why we are saying so, chickens, they have to mature at 5 months. So if you underfeed, you see that you double the time which they should have actually matured. So you have to have proper feeding as the last thing.
Thank you so much for that, Norman. I appreciate your sharing here. How can people find you, those who want to maybe learn more about what you are doing, and why not become your business partner?
Yeah, actually, we are found on our Facebook page, Nhema Chickens and HREs. Just type Nhema Chickens and HREs, you'll find and follow us and like us. We are also on YouTube, we are on Instagram, we are on Twitter as Nhema Chickens and HREs. Actually, our contact details are 0772 899 862, 0772 899 862, or on net 0715 284 837. 0715283837. Actually, that's our contact details. And in terms of our address, we are number 4 Plymouth Road, Southampton, Harare. Number 4 Plymouth Road, Southampton, Harare.
Thank you so much for that. Now, what would be your final thought here to conclude the conversation? Maybe a message, maybe an advice, maybe something you wanted to say I did not ask you. This is the final one. Please go.
My final advice to would be farmers that is serious money in poultry. There is money in poultry business. I'm saying start now. There is market, like I've said, Nhema Chickens have got market for you. Right now, as we are I'm speaking, there's a tender from FAO, which is going for which they want 100 chickens. So we are saying indigenous chickens is impacting the world. Join us, be our partner in ensuring that we feed the nations. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. That is really, really very encouraging. Letting people know that, yeah, this is something that they can get into, no?
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, brother. Hi, and thank you for checking out this short clip from Obehi Podcast. I'm Obehi Ewanfo, the host of the Obehi Podcast. This short clip was created from a full episode where we dive deep into this conversation. To see the entire video, all you need to do is to click on the link in the description of this video. Now, while you are there, I want to share something with you quickly. Are you a purpose-driven entrepreneur? Do you want to cut across the noise and attract the right audience, leveraging the power of storytelling? Now, pay attention. I'm currently working on a signature program to help you own your story and stand out for the competition. It's a 5-step journey to help reshape your professional and business narrative so you can drive success and stand out in the competition. And in less than 90 days. The link is what you see on your screen, academy.aclasses.org/story. Now, this is what we have understood. Storytelling is the most powerful instrument that is known to man. And this is what this could mean to you. You could either choose to own your story and leverage it to amplify your message and whatever you represent in this world, or some other person could own that story. The choice is yours. So why don't take advantage of your story and use it wherever you are, whether you are in business environment or you are a professional individual who want to be able to build your influence and leave a legacy behind because you represent something. You are owning your story. You are somebody whose story is important. So the choice again is yours. Now let's get started with this short clip.